they don't pay me enough to do this, but here we go. How does the sun listen to its favorite music? On the radio. Yeah, I kind of like that one. Catching some raise and some savings this summer by shopping FergusFallsDeals.com, where you will save up to 40% on certificates to places you're probably already shopping at. Be sure to shop the Deals on Demand category to see all the certificates. You can get right on your phone. Give your bank account that radiant glow it's looking for and shop all the hot deals at FergusFallsDeals.com. Layton Media has an amazing opportunity to add a media consultant to our Fergus Falls team. If you have energy, integrity, and a passion to talk to people, you might be the perfect fit. We want someone that is not only a go-getter, but a team player who's eager to be part of a successful, supportive team. If you're ready to make an impact with the businesses we work with, we want to hear from you. Apply today at Layton.media and become part of a team that values community, integrity, and growth. That's Layton.media to apply. Your success starts here.
It's Morning Talk on News Talk 1250 KBRF, brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. Now, here's Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop.
There we go. Good Tuesday morning. Oh, Mary, it's the lack of sleep. It's making me a little giddy.
Well, and you're wearing a few hats here, too, so, and getting up pretty darn early.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What time do you have to be here?
I don't want to mention that.
Okay. Well, have another cup of very strong coffee, okay?
I will try.
Okay. Well, we made it through Monday. We're here on a Tuesday. It is hot and sticky out there.
Ooh.
Yuck.
Yeah, we had some storms roll through. Nothing severe in Fergus Falls in that
Did you
area.
get the rain in Fergus?
We got a little bit of rain.
Yeah, I don't think we got anything at. I guess it breezed through Pelican and they got a few drops, but nothing at the lake.
But Roberts and Traverse counties were in severe thunderstorm warnings for a good chunk of this morning, early morning hours. But Otter Tail, Fergus, we just had that little bit of run of rain.
All right, I think we're looking for some later today, but it looks like maybe just showers, maybe a thunderstorm.
Yep.
Nothing super serious or concerning at this point?
At this point, no. But, I mean, you never want to say it's not possible because I've seen – I always give this description. When I think it was Home Ranch Beef, I think that's what it was called, when they first opened up on Lincoln with that little shack, we were doing remotes. Mark Anderson was doing a remote down there.
Boy, that was a long time
ago. And like
I
said, it was a long time ago. And I remember sitting in the KBRF studio, and I'm like, I've got time. I can run down. They're giving away free burgers. I'm like, man, I love a free burger right now. So I looked at the radar, nothing. By the time I got down there, we were in a severe thunderstorm warning, and it was raining like you would not believe.
Oh, boy.
And that's, 2 miles drive?
Maybe.
So, I mean, things can turn like that.
Yeah. And the rain has to start and end somewhere, right?
Yep.
So, you never know for sure. Summer weather is crazy like that, for sure.
It really is. But I do want to mention a couple things real quick before we get into the swing of things. The Freiburg interchange that over by the Y, that is closed off again, and they're going to close it for another 72 hours, so 3 days, where that is shut down. So use the detours. Please drive responsible in those detours. They're getting a lot of complaints about people just driving recklessly and not paying attention while they're driving. I realize you've got a detour. You're probably annoyed by that. You have to realize you're going through neighborhoods. There's kids. There's people walking. You got to pay attention.
Right.
Second thing, tonight from 5:30 to 6:30 at the Fergus Falls Public Library, they're going to have a meet and greet for the 3 finalists for the new Chief of Police.
Okay.
So, Fergus Falls Chief of Police. So they're going to have the 3 finalists at the library where you can meet them, ask them some questions. Good times.
Okay. All right. That sounds great. Well, around the world, I feel like sometimes I feel like I want to come in here and do a show about puppies and kittens and flowers and swimming in the lake. And
if any of my cats were well behaved, I would bring one of them in.
Yes.
And we can just have the cat
videos.
just chilling off to the side. But my cats are annoying, and it wouldn't be.
It wouldn't be good. Okay.
No.
All right. Well, it seems like a good idea, but I guess that's why we're here, is to bring you some news and some comment and and then some more lighthearted stuff too. But just in case you haven't heard of some of these things, we want to make sure that we're doing our part. And this first half, we usually try to take a look at some, usually national stories, it seems these days. But of course, if there's something local happening, we want people to know about that too. And of course, you do a great job with that in the news, as does Derek when he's here. So hopefully he's enjoying being at home with new baby.
I do thank him. If something kind of misses or slips through the cracks, he'll email me, "Hey, did you see this?" I'm like, "Ooh, hey, good."
Oh, okay.
And a lot of the press releases sometimes go to his private email instead of the FF News, so he always sends those to me too. So
Okay.
I thank Derek for being
right.
vigilant on vacation or paternity leave.
Okay. Okay, that sounds good. Boy, this morning when we were out for our walk, my goodness, I don't know what it is and where they came from, but I know there's a guy over by New York Mills that has pigeons, and
Okay.
and sometimes they release them, and then people say, "Oh my gosh, you just released the pigeons," and those little rascals, they fly right back to where they came from in New York Mills.
Yep.
And they all come back.
Mhm.
If 34 go out, 34 come back.
I have to laugh. I remember when I was a kid, back in the 80s, early 90s, they did an expose on probably the oddest person you'd ever think that would keep pigeons in New York. Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah, that is a little weird.
Mike
isn't it?
Tyson cared for and kept pigeons.
Boy, my goodness. Well, anyway, that happened, and it was just weird to see all of them out there. And oh my goodness, I think I must have gotten sunburned lips over the weekend because I could really use like about a gallon of Carmex on my lips. Do you ever do that when you're out in the sun over the weekend?
If I'm out and I know I'm going to be out and about for a while, I'll put on a little chapstick or a little sunblock for your lips, so they make that specifically for that. But I don't really,
Yeah, I could use like like an ice cream pail full. one of those weekends, and in fact we had like tacos partway through the weekend.
I love tacos.
And yeah, and I had some really spicy guac, and even that was like, I thought, oh my goodness, I
love
thought,
spicy guac.
yeah, I know, but not when your lips are all burned up from being out in the sun too much over the weekend.
What you need to do.
First world problems,
Yep,
right?
what you need to do is go to the Viking, or it's not the Purple Palace anymore. It is, it is
Oh,
a
yeah.
Purple Palace, not the Viking Cafe. So it's called the Purple Palace. Go there and get their scorpion burger
Oh, is it really hot?
with the scorpion sauce. Oh, it's love.
Is it so? I mean, is it doable? Is it enjoyable?
I-
like hot food, but I don't like it to like linger with me forever.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was doable. Zach almost cried underneath the table. So take it as you will.
Okay.
And Derek said he was regretting life choices.
Oh
So-
my goodness.
You can find that by going to Where to Eat on KBRFradio.com and watching that episode.
Oh boy. All right.
The owners apparently were behind us going, I cannot believe he's just sitting there just chowing down on a burger. After I
Yeah.
spread all the scorpion sauce, they put it on the side so we could,
You could dip a little.
you
and
could
take
figure out
small
just how
bits.
much you wanted, and then I'm just like, I'll put it on there. I don't care. There's already jalapenos on there and pepper jack cheese. Well,
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
it was
anyway.
tasty.
Well, that was pigeons, rascals, and Carmex. Kind of a weird on-ramp to the news, but here we are. And President Trump, of course, is in the news again. Of course, what day is he not, right? Warned Russia of heavy tariffs if a ceasefire deal with Ukraine isn't reached by September. Now, he's said, listen,
This is ridiculous.
Putin,
Let's end
this
this.
is ridiculous. Basically, you've out and out lied to me. You've said, we're going to do that. Yeah, I know. We got to start saving lives. And
I
blah,
know
blah,
it's
blah.
shocking. Putin lied.
Well, I know it's very shocking that he would lie. Anyway, he also promised that NATO countries will acquire billions in U.S.-made weapons, including Patriot air defense systems to provide to Ukraine. This marks a significant shift in Trump's stance toward Putin, from seeking peace negotiations to openly criticizing his approach to the conflict, and then taking it one step further. He's going to make all of these arms, these defense systems, he's going to make them available to the Ukrainians through NATO.
Yeah.
So it's not like here this is coming direct, and I guess I don't.
He wants a little bit of
understand the
traceability.
middleman, maybe.
He wants a little traceability, like, hey, this actually made it to Ukraine, not, hey, this made it up right here in somebody's bank account.
Yeah, exactly. And don't you think that's what's been? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
they're not exactly a country that's on the up and up. It's pretty.
No.
Yeah.
Prior to the war, they did not have the greatest of reputations.
No, for sure not. And there was never any accountability for any of the things that were sent to Ukraine during the Biden administration. The Supreme Court lifted an injunction against the Trump administration's effort to reduce the Department of Education's workforce. The decision enables the administration to move forward with mass firings that eliminated nearly half of the agency's employees in March. The 3 liberal justices dissented, of course, from the Supreme Court decision, expressing concerns about the potential harm to students and schools. Well, I think there's been a certain amount of harm to students and schools the way that the Department of Education has been behaving over the past years. 9 people lost their lives and 1 individual sustained critical injuries in a tragic fire at Gabriel House. We didn't touch on this yesterday. It's an assisted living facility in Fall River, Massachusetts. Just very sad. The fire, labeled an unfathomable tragedy by Fall River Fire Chief Jeffrey Bacon, broke out Sunday evening. Approximately 30 residents were hospitalized while 5 firefighters sustained minor injuries. And I don't know if you saw this out there, and I'm not exactly sure where this happened, but there was a small plane somewhere in Florida, and I'm trying to...
it left
Bowden County, maybe? It left the Caribbean.
Turks and Caicos.
A family of 4 on this plane, and I don't know what kind of trouble they had, but they were just minutes from landing at the airport, in a small airport in Florida, and it crashed in a neighborhood, crashed into a tree, thankfully. The tree all but just stopped the plane, clearly. And thankfully, residents came with things like axes. Somebody grabbed a hose, somebody grabbed fire extinguishers, and they came out and they pulled those 4 people to safety, and they were taken away with minor injuries, believe it or not.
It's amazing.
That is amazing. So once in a while, these horrific accidents turn out pretty unbelievable and on the good side of things, thank heaven. Let's see what else we have for you. An Oklahoma farmer, he was fatally attacked by his own water buffalo. Police were initially unable to reach the victim, Bradley McMichael, due to an aggressive buffalo, which they had to kill. A second buffalo had also had to be dispatched when it became a threat, and evidence showed that the farmer who had recently acquired the animals became trapped in their enclosure and suffered fatal injuries.
In Africa, the water buffalo is often referred to as Black Death.
Really?
They are very aggressive, and if you're trying to hunt them, they're referred to as a bullet sponge. They take a lot of hits before they go down.
Yeah. Well, anyway, a terrible end there to that story. The CDC has identified a rise in COVID-19 cases across 25 states. Every time I see this, I say, oh, here we go again. Anyway, it's in the south, southeast, and west coast regions. While national COVID-19 activity remains at a low level, this is based on CDC wastewater data, it has escalated from the previous week. Notably, emergency room visits for COVID-19 have surged. This is in the Pacific Northwest and the Southeast, reaching the highest level since February and March. No levels given here, just telling us
just saying the highest and lowest, but they won't give actual numbers, so we don't know how to.
Nope.
Because if you go from 1 to 2, it doubled.
It doubled, exactly.
So it's
exactly right.
They're not going to give numbers. I just take it as take it as you may.
And if you know somebody who is one of those knuckleheads out on their motorcycle and then riding without their hands on the handlebars, we all know daredevils, or I don't think they're even daredevils. They're just knuckleheads, and it's ridiculous. Well, here's a guy, he's 34 years old. He was arrested in Florida. He was speeding reckless driving, and he was being spotted riding hands-free at 105 miles an hour on U.S. Route 19, mimicking a pose from the movie Titanic. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
Arms outstretched. Anyway, the police corporal observed the dangerous behavior and arrested him on 2 misdemeanor charges. The motorcyclist, who drives a Kawasaki Ninja ZX6R, capable of speeds up to 175 miles per hour, has a history of driving violations, including operating an unregistered and expired vehicle. So he is
not exactly a rock star.
Yeah. Spent 6 hours in custody before being released on $300. I think you got to make it hurt a little more if this guy is a repeat offender and doing something ridiculous like that. Think of how many other lives on that road that he potentially put in jeopardy, including his own.
He's not going to learn until they bounce off the pavement.
Probably not, sadly, or unless they throw him in jail for a time, and you know, maybe they just can't level any stronger or more harsh charges against him. I don't know, but it seems like if he's been caught doing stupid things like this before, they could make the punishment a little bit more severe, and perhaps he wouldn't be such a knucklehead in the future. I just wanted to make a comment. Yesterday was a super hot, sunny, beautiful, perfect summer day, and I drove by the pool, the aquatic center.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I have not yet been there, and I just need to do that. I just need to just pay my $8 or whatever it is and just go in and walk around. And but my granddaughter and a friend went there yesterday for the first time. They hadn't been there yet. And she said it is so much fun and it is so nice. She's 13. So, but she said we just had a blast, and they were there all afternoon. And I thought yesterday as I drove by there, it was just packed with cars. And I thought, what a great addition to Fergus Falls this has become.
I was talking to Jen. She went with Adam and one of his friends on a Sunday, and she's like, I'm like, did you get in the water and everything? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, were there other adults there? She goes, it was great. There's people of all ages and shapes there. I did not feel out of place.
Well, and the other thing, it's not just the location or the parking or the pool itself or pools themselves. You know, it's so operational for so many ages, including the very young, which is really nice.
Yep.
But all those beach chairs and all, I mean, it's just so well appointed.
It's a beautiful facility.
And I've only seen it from the street, and it's impressive. So I can only imagine going inside. But anyway, I just thought it was worth mentioning. Fergus Falls has been wanting that for so many years, and here it is, and it's a total and crazy success as far as I can see anyway.
And it's a facility you can be proud of. You can walk in there and go, this is great.
Absolutely, yeah. It made me proud just to drive by it, to think that that's part of our community now. So anyway, coming up on 9:30, break for the markets. We're back with more on Morning Talk.
Back with more Morning Talk with Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop. Brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. After the markets on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
Are you or any of your loved ones impacted by hearing loss? Do you have ideas on how the state can improve access to language, education, healthcare, employment, and more? We want your ideas. Visit mn.gov/deaf-commission to take the survey. Paid for by the Minnesota Commission of the Deaf, Deafblind, and Hard of Hearing. Aired by the Minnesota Broadcasters Association and this station.
Layton Media has an amazing opportunity to add a media consultant to our Fergus Falls team. If you have energy, integrity, and a passion to talk to people, you might be the perfect fit. We want someone that is not only a go-getter, but a team player who's eager to be part of a successful, supportive team. If you're ready to make an impact with the businesses we work with, we want to hear from you. Apply today at layton.media and become part of a team that values community, integrity, and growth. That's layton.media to apply. Your success starts here.
Summer flies by, doesn't it? Between family outings, kids' activities, and soaking up every bit of sunshine, we're all on the go. But in the middle of the rush, don't forget to check in with yourself. Lakeland Mental Health Center reminds you your mental well-being matters too. If you're feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or down, reach out. Make the call to LMHC. Visit lmhc.org and connect with support that fits your needs. With services available in Alexandria, Detroit Lakes, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Moorhead. LMHC is here to help today for a better tomorrow.
What's the ox say?
Today on Hot Talk with the Ox, right away, how's the Senator burglar trial coming in Detroit Lakes? Then, how are people reacting to Trump's new Ukraine weapons deal with NATO that he announced yesterday? Hear interviews from Ox in Tampa last weekend. RNC Chair Watley is with us at 3:06. At 4:06, hear the Westside Liquor Wine Line and fellow Ox listeners' Wines of the Week. See you for Hot Talk with the Ox today from 2 to 5 on KBRF.
What's the ox say?
Find out why the markets are moving. Get in-depth ag information with the Red River Farm Network on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
Good morning. Market update time on the Red River Farm Network. I'm Tyler Donaldson. Grains starting out the day a bit mixed to lower. Wheat complex anywhere from half a cent to 3 cents higher. Corn and soybeans down so far. Grains markets starting off today's trade mix. Summit Commodities market analyst Tim Marsh says yesterday's corn rally was cut off a bit early today.
The short-term weather forecast out through the next 7 to 10 days is still fairly non-threatening across the Corn Belt. So despite the fact that we had a nice rally yesterday, the market's backed off this morning. Yesterday's action, though, was indicative of a market, particularly in the corn, that the sell-off may have gotten a little bit ahead of itself. We came in Sunday night, and corn market was down, and yesterday morning when I got to work early, it was up 5 cents, contrary to what the weather forecast suggested. So I think what it gets down to is these large speculators have been laying on the market for some time, and that's okay. When the market goes up, it doesn't feel as good when the market goes down.
Cattle markets rebounding after yesterday's free fall. Live cattle 75 cents to $1.15 higher. Feeders 60 to 82 cents higher. Cattle markets, according to Marsh, facing some volatility and declining seasonal demand.
Cutout took a big hit late last week and was down some yesterday. The numbers are still bullish. The numbers haven't changed any, but it's not going to be an easy ride to higher price levels. At this point, there's an indication that we're starting to see some seasonal weakness in demand for beef, and that could give us a pause in the cattle rally. And I think that's what yesterday was trying to tell us, that the market's a little bit nervous about.
Reporting agriculture's business, you're listening to the Red River Farm Network.
Imagine having more days of perfect weather, a combine that's more powerful, or even more soybean bushels per acre at harvest. With Revitec fungicide, you don't have to imagine that last one, because it's proven to deliver up to 9.5 more soybean bushels per acre than the competition. With results like that, it's easy to see why Revitec fungicide is the #1 recommended fungicide by soybean farmers. Visit Revitec.com and talk to your BASF retailer today. Always read and follow label directions.
U.S. Custom Harvesters, harvesting the crops that feed the world. To locate a custom harvester, visit the U.S. Custom Harvesters Incorporated website, uschi.com. You'll find a directory of custom harvesters ready to assist you with this harvest. Call 620-200-1381. That's 620-200-1381. U.S. Custom Harvesters. You can also check them out on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Find out more at uschi.com.
Red River Farm Network is your go-to source for farm news, markets, and weather. Trust Don Wick, Tyler Donaldson, Jamie Dickerman, and Drew Lerner, delivering the information that impacts your bottom line. We're the Red River Farm Network, and we're reporting agriculture's business.
30 years of reporting agriculture's business. Red River Farm Network.
The Red River Farm Network delivers market information, but it's more than just the numbers. We talk with traders, market analysts, weather forecasters, the people in the know. From Rugby to Benson and Roseau to Aberdeen, the Red River Farm Network covers agriculture. Go online to rrfn.com to find your local Red River Farm Network radio station. Podcasts are also available online at rrfn.com, iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify. When it's important to your bottom line, you'll get the entire story on the Red River Farm Network.
September wheat Minneapolis is up 2 cents to 6.05 3/4. September wheat Chicago up half a cent, 5.42 even. Kansas City hard red winter wheat September contract up 4.5 cents, 5.27 1/4. September corn hovering just below even, 3.99 3/4. September soybeans half a penny lower, 9.92 1/2. In Winnipeg, November canola is up $3.70 per metric ton, 6.8630 Canadian. August live cattle up $1.22 at 220.57. August feeders up $1.10, 320.57. July lean hogs up 35 cents at 107.05. This is the Red River Farm Network.
I'm Jessica at the Fergus Falls Monument Company. I'm the first person you see when you come through the door, and I also talk to customers every day on the phone. Many of them find choosing a memorial ahead of time is convenient and works best when there is time to plan and think about it. Planning ahead not only gets you the everlasting memorial of your choice, it also helps your family through the grieving process. At Fergus Falls Monument, we can help you plan ahead and choose a memorial made right here locally. Call or stop in or visit us online at foreverstonememorials.com.
Local farmers. Lake Cabin Meat and Deli Company in Fergus Falls currently has open slots and accepting animals. They take the hassle out of processing and butchering your livestock. From custom cuts to expert butchering, they handle it all with care and precision. Serving Fergus Falls of the Lakes area, they're proud to support local farmers like you. Call or visit Lake Cabin Meat and Deli Company today to schedule your meat processing. Lake Cabin Meat and Deli Company, where quality meets tradition, on Highway 210 East.
Community is important, and you'll find it at Pioneer Point. Spacious apartments, thoughtfully designed for older adults, provide the best in senior living. Heated parking and elevator access makes life easy. Your neighbors at Pioneer Point hold a welcoming, family-like approach to living. Choosing from an array of special features and options, you'll find many ways to define your lifestyle at Pioneer Point. Call or schedule your tour online today at pioneercare.org.
Hey everybody, it's Chris Atterbury. No Twins baseball today. It is the All-Star break, all sorts of fun All-Star festivities to keep you busy till we reconvene in Colorado. We'll be in Colorado on Friday night, 7:40, first pitch on the air at 7. Join Glenn Perkins and me from the Rock Pile in beautiful Denver as the Twins begin the second half of the 2025 season right here on your home for Twins baseball.
News Talk 1250 AM KBRF. Depend on it.
Summer means road construction in Minnesota. If you're behind the wheel, work zone safety is part of your job too. Slow down in work zones. Remember, slower speeds save lives. Put away distractions and keep your eyes focused on the road. Move over when you can to give crews more room to work. When we all work together, everyone gets home safely. This message brought to you by the Minnesota Department of Transportation, the Minnesota Broadcasters Association, and this station.
There we go. News Talk 1250 KBRF. Listen anytime, any place with the Fergus Now app on your phone. Checking that forecast from the KBRF Weather Center. Going through today, going to top out around a 78. A little bit of rain coming in. Should see that start up around 1 o'clock. 59 for tonight's low. Nice, cool. 63 tomorrow. More rain continuing on through a good chunk of tomorrow. 51 tomorrow night's low. Hit 72 Thursday, 71 Friday. A little bit of showers of thunderstorms moving through the area. They'll hit 78 Saturday, 79 Sunday, 82 by Monday. Right now, Fergus Falls, 77. It's News Talk 1250. KBRF and Morning Talk brought to you this morning and every morning by our friends over at Pioneer Care and at Fergus Falls Monument.
All right, and we're back on a Tuesday morning. And I just read this story, and here's how the headline reads, and I know which half of this you fall into. A study finds that dog and cat ownership is linked to improved brain health in older adults. Now, you don't fit the older adults thing,
no. But as my parents say, I'm getting there.
Are you? Do you know, my mom used to tell me, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe you're that old."
Oh,
She
yeah.
used to say that to me all the time. And then she would also say, "I can't believe that my children have grandchildren."
Mm-hmm.
And and I've got grandchildren from 13 to almost 26. So yeah, I'm definitely in that crowd.
Get ready for the great grandma.
Now I don't have a dog or a cat. So what does that mean for me? I'm not sure.
It means your house is quiet and it doesn't smell funny.
Yep, and there's no hair to clean up.
And there's no hair.
I know. I love pets. I love dogs. I even love cats. I just don't need one.
Well, you're all over the place. It'd be difficult.
Yeah, and the thing is, where we live at the lake is so near a very busy.
Oh, yeah.
County Road 4. You've been through there.
Yep.
It's a 30-mile-an-hour zone, but very few people, take advantage or abide by.
I would like to
30
say,
mile
Mary,
an hour
that when I
rule.
go past your place, I'm slowing down.
You have to.
Yes.
Because I tell you what, this year has been extreme with ugly, mean people
Mhm.
driving through there. We've never seen it like this before, and I just think as a people group, as a country, I just think we're getting ugly and mean, and you get to say whatever you want, and you're impatient, and you're mad about politics, and you're mad about everything. I can't tell you how many, in fact, it just happened this last weekend, or maybe it was a weekend ago. One of my neighbors that lives across the street was walking across the street with her 2 little girls and a dog on a leash. And she waited on her side as this car was coming. And this lady yelled out the window, "Get your dog off the road," and of course used all these expletives, and then ended up flipping her off before she drove away. And I thought, really, we are in the middle of resort land. There are houses and cabins on both
Mhm.
sides of that road. It is a 30-mile-an-hour zone. And gee, if we have to make you pause for someone to cross the road and we put you down the road 30 seconds behind where you would have been, we're not even close to sorry. In fact, we wish you wouldn't drive through there again.
It'd be kind of nice if they get the sheriff or get a deputy out there to, pull over some of those people going way
Oh
too
my
fast.
goodness. It has been ugly, and it has happened multiple times. And even as I slowed down coming down the hill in order to turn into my driveway, sometimes I get honks because I'm slowing down to turn into my driveway. And you do, and it makes those angry people make me an angry people. And I just think, golly, can you just take an extra 30 seconds? And, and then one day, I loved this. There was, all of a sudden we heard this music, and I think I told you this a couple weeks ago. There was an ice cream truck in our neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so cute. It's called Ophir Sweet. And I'm not exactly sure where they come from. Frazee, Detroit Lakes, I'm not exactly sure, but in the area. Anyway, so of course, as soon as that's an unmistakable noise, I shouldn't call it noise, an unmistakable sound, because I think it's delightful, the sound of an ice cream truck.
Yeah.
And it brought kids, and we refer to where we live as this little kind of a village, because it is resort land where we are. It's all old resort cabins, and people come from every direction, and they heard that sound, and kids came running, and I thought it was so nice. There was a big, full-size Suburban who actually blocked the road on one side and just stopped so that all these kids were safe in crossing the street, and this guy actually held up traffic to keep these kids safe who were coming to the ice cream truck. And I thought, well, good for you, and to the rest of you behind, and I didn't see anybody that behaved badly that day. I think it sort of put a smile on everyone's face to see the ice cream truck.
Well, you see a lot of, even if you're back there going, come on, oh, there's a lot of kids. Okay, I understand.
Yeah, exactly. And so anyway, just relax, people.
Yeah.
And if it takes you an extra 30 seconds, we're not sorry.
Well,
and if you have to slow down to 30 miles an hour, we're not sorry about that either, because it is a place where people are crossing the road with their kids and their pets, and
those houses or cabins are so close to the road.
So close to the road. So anyway, yeah, we have had a lot of drivers behaving badly in our neighborhood this summer, and I hate to say this, but about 90% have North Dakota plates.
That sounds about right. No decks.
We want to tell them, well, if you can't behave in Minnesota,
go back to North Dakota.
Bye-bye. Yeah, don't drive.
Well, even when I pull off on 210 to take a left to where my cabin is, I mean, it's 60 miles an hour, but there's a passing lane because it's used enough that there's a bypass lane. So people have to go around there, but if people don't pay attention, they slam on the brakes or they swerve at the last second. It's like, well, I've had my blinker on for about a mile, and I slowly slowed down.
But just think of the potential consequences of you driving too fast through an area like that. I think of Ottertail Lake. I think of Battle Lake. There are certain areas where you have to slow down to 30, and they mean it.
Yeah.
And especially in Battle Lake.
Oh, yeah.
You cannot drive 31 miles an hour in Battle Lake because you will get tagged, and good for them. I wish there was somebody sitting in my neighborhood to tag all those people that are blowing through at 55 miles an hour.
I had to laugh a couple years ago. Well, actually, probably about a decade ago, back when I was a little bit more shaven. I used to bike a lot. But I was coming down from my place, or I was coming towards my place from town, and there's a big hill, and I've got a nice little mountain bike, and I was just,
chugging
along.
Yep.
I did not notice that I was going 40 miles an hour on my bike. Sure enough, there's a spot where law enforcement, one of Battle Lake's finest, likes to hang out.
You didn't get pulled over on a bike?
No, I didn't, but he said, hey, you still have to maintain under 30. I'm like, what? He goes, well, you were going X amount. I'm going, I got no speedometer. I'm just coming back from Rusty, or was Old Town, or the old Brick Inn back at the time, and I've just had lunch, and I was, biking back, and apparently coming down the hill.
I always feel good when I'm biking and I register on one of those signs that tells me how fast I'm going. Usually I'm about 17 to 20 miles an hour, but...
Well, no, my mountain bike, I get a nice trek mountain bike that can get going every once in a while. And apparently if I'm going down a hill, it's...
Yeah. Well, anyway, I don't know how we got on this, but we were talking about dog and cat ownership.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it does reveal that owning a pet dog or a cat can slow down cognitive decline. So there you go. So you're doubling down. You've got dogs and cats.
Yeah.
So just think how sharp you're going to be into old person.
However, I would like to say the dog has made me dumber. Two of the cats have made me dumber. I mean,
okay, well, this is a decline in individuals 50 years and older, so you're not there yet.
No, I got a couple more.
Yeah, so dog and cat owners showed better brain health compared to those with birds, fish, or no pets at all.
Okay.
Okay, so does it count that I've had 2 cats in the past?
Maybe.
Yeah. I don't know, but never over the age of 50. And I think that's how we got to the lake, because I was talking about it would be too hard. We're so close to the road, and bringing a pet out there. And all I'd be doing is hauling pets back and forth, which is not my favorite thing to do.
And not theirs.
Yeah, and not theirs either. Correct.
Our dog, Jack, he likes to ride the car rides, but none of the cats do.
Well, anyway, we know a lot of people love their pets, and I'm so happy for you, because I love pets too. I just like them better when they're at somebody else's house. Okay, here is a new social club that has opened. This one particularly is in Las Vegas, but it is the Uno Social Club. How about that? This is the Palms Casino Resort in Las Vegas. They've opened the first ever Uno Social Club, featuring the popular card game Uno.
Oh, when I saw this, I didn't know it was a social club. I thought they were going to somehow gamble on Uno, and I'm like, how?
Yeah. Well, when I first read it, I thought it was UNO. I wonder what UNO stands for, but it's Uno. Anyway, owned by toy maker Mattel, the Uno Social Club offers a dedicated suite with Uno-themed features such as game tables and a personal game dealer. Mattel plans to expand these social clubs nationwide, transforming everyday venues into game night destinations with Uno-themed drink menus and tournament-style play. At least I would know how to play that game if I were to go to the casino. Anyway, a game owned by Uno is a game owned by 80% of American households. We have at least a couple.
I think we got one, yeah.
Games at our house. You know what we do oftentimes? We'll take it out on the boat.
Okay.
And yeah, we do that often. We take, there's a dice game I talked about, I think last week. It's called Bank.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to take a look, there's an app online. It's a free app, and it's the game Bank. It'll be very easy for you to find. And so you have one guy who's running the show and adding the dice and all, and taking care of, you know, who has how many points and whatever. But it's really a fun game, and it's dice, just dice, shake 2 dice, and then you go around and it adds up and it adds up and it adds up. But if somebody shakes a 7, all the points go away. And if you haven't said, I'm going to bank, then you lose all your points.
Now, how many dice are rolled? 2?
2.
You know, 7 is the most common combination for 2 dice.
It is, and that is the reason why 7 is not the favorite number to roll. But it's really a fun game. Easy. Anyone can do it. Hey, if I'm not a super good game player, but if I could catch on to this, anybody can. So I can highly recommend it. In fact, last Friday when it was pouring rain at the lake and all the grandkids are out, we're like, what do we do? Okay, let's grab the dice and go out under the canopy and sit on the pontoon. So that's what we did. Shook dice on the pontoon beneath the canopy. So.
Well, I know when I was watching TV and movies and stuff, they always show the craps table and throwing 7, and everybody goes, hey, 7. I'm like, that is only for the come out roll. After that, 7 is bad.
Right, and this one I can't remember. It's the first 3 rolls of there are 20 rounds, and it's the first 3 rolls of each round that 7 is okay.
Okay.
But then after that, it becomes the bad guy, and then doubles. If you get doubles, it doubles the score.
Ooh.
So, you know, and of course the winner has the most. But we saw somebody come from last to first in just a few shakes. So you can see how it's. You just have to decide when you're going to bank and save your points, or if you're going to risk it.
One game you might enjoy it's a card game called Phase 10.
Okay.
Look for that. Well,
I was never a game player, but my grandkids.
Your grandkids might like that one.
Games.
It's a card game. It's like Uno. You've got a special Phase 10 deck.
Okay.
But it's kind of one of Jen's favorites, and it's kind of an interesting.
Phase 10.
Phase 10.
And you know the great thing about these card games, they're cheap.
Yeah.
You know, they're $10-12. Maybe not even that much.
I think Phase 10's like 5.
Yeah, and you know it's just great to have those games that you can just grab and go, and then we have when kids come and stay, we use our fish house as, you know, like an extra apartment.
Yep.
More sleeping room, and they love to sit out there and play games. So we've got. I'm always looking for new card games. So Phase 10.
Phase 10. I think you will not be disappointed.
Okay, I'm going to add that one. That sounds good. Let's see. A recent survey reveals that most American adults are embracing an eco-friendly practice this summer. So, yeah, that's. I guess you have to be mindful of what you shop for.
Yep.
Conserving water. Yeah, I'm not very good at that. And using electricity. Also not good. Anyway, they shared simple tips like carrying reusable items, reusable water bottles, which I do every day. I never leave. I never go on the boat. I never get in the car. I never leave the house without my water bottle. Anyway, they say that reusable items, and there are things that you can buy that are easily compostable if you do that. So, I mean, I'm all about trying to be eco-friendly.
And
if it's kind of
easy.
Convenient.
Ottertail County has a compost program where you can take your food scraps, and it's really easy. It's free to sign up. You get a free bag, and you just throw your food scraps in there and drop it off at the recycling thing in a special bin.
Well, I love the idea. I can tell you right now that is
not going to happen.
One more thing to haul for me, and to haul food scraps in my car. So what happens is I leave the lake, I come here, I go on to other work, and those food scraps would sit in my car.
It might not work for you, but it does work for other people.
It does work for other people. So I'm just saying I love the idea, and I thank Otter Tail County for making that available, and that's great. It just, I'm a let's see. I am an environmentalist when it is super easy and convenient. Is that good? I'm just saying it like it is. All right. Detroit, Cleveland, and Baltimore. They are the most stressed cities in the United States of America.
I'd believe it because you're stuck living in Cleveland.
I don't know. I would add Minneapolis to that pile.
Yeah.
And I would add LA to the pile. And when I say pile, that is not a complimentary term. Anyway, due to this one is due to economic uncertainty. Minnesota, Minnesota. High inflation, and mostly concerns about the economy. About 75% of these people polled are worried about the economy in those particular states. Detroit emerging as the most stressed city with high unemployment, poverty rates, and low median household income.
That's been an issue for a long time.
It sure has. It looks like, and then Cleveland and Baltimore, they have not only financial challenges, but high crime rates. And wait till you see this. Health issues. Boise, Fargo, North Dakota.
Really?
And Burlington, Vermont. I can't even believe this. Are ranked among the least stressed cities. I bet people in Fargo would beg to differ these days.
Well, I mean, granted the road conditions.
In comparison, maybe.
Yeah.
But Boise, I can see that. Boise's beautiful. But Fargo, I think Fargo has had such a rise in crime, and
but
comparatively speaking, yes, of course. All right. Well, anyway, no mention of Fergus Falls being low stress.
No.
Shoot.
That's because Fur in Freiburg is shut down for the next 3 days.
That's it. And 94 just outside of town.
And 94 all over the place.
Yeah, so there's our stress. All right, coming up on 10 o'clock, that is going to wrap it up. Thank you for joining us. Our show today and every day is brought to us by Pioneer Care and by Fergus Falls Monument Company. Have a great day.
They don't pay me enough to do this, but